Hey, you guys, welcome back to Hospitality Queens with your favorite two hospitality gurus. I'm Erin,
What up? It's Whitney.
and
Welcome back.
welcome back to another episode. Thank you guys so much for listening. And if you haven't already, go subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit that notification bell.
Period. It's Drake week. It's lit.
It
It's
is, it
here.
is, it is here. This weekend, we are going to the
Aaron's
Drake
birthday.
concert in Dallas. That's going to be fun. The week is just pushing through already. It's been a busy day.
Mm-hmm.
Feels like a
Mm-hmm.
Wednesday.
Pushing through. That's good though. That's good. Because it'll just go by fast. So it's lit.
Yeah. Definitely. Super excited. How was your week last week?
It was good. It's funny like thinking about that because always like after the trip it's gonna be like, dang, just a week ago we were just doing that. Like, just keeps trucking along. So that's really it. Like, and really for work, it's like every day, not is going to be the same, but it's like we do the same thing. It's the same menu. So I just feel like at this point, it should be just smooth, like there shouldn't be any like major issues or anything like that because we do this every day. We should have it all down packed. At least that's what I'm trying to like make happen. So, so yeah, that's just that. Like, working on building structure and things like that. So yeah, taking it one day at a time. And then like September is really slow because back to school and all that. So I've been using this time to like work on little projects in the restaurant that I've seen needed stuff, like clean this or just like organize this or what's in this room or what is this. So doing all those things because October until the new year, we're pretty busy. So,
Nice. Yeah, this is definitely a time to like rejuvenate before the holidays because that is coming
hmm
around the corner. So if you're in service industry, you
hmm
know, and it's about to
yeah,
be cray. Yeah, September is always a good little flexy month in a lot of areas. So football starting, that's kind of disgusting, but here we are.
yeah. We don't. We have like one TV. We're not like a sports like bar type of place, so that's good. We're not open late at all. So we're not really like impacted. Like we do, our TV is on sports, but it's like random stuff. Like it could be something from 5 years ago. Like it's like not always current unless someone
Mhm.
like specifically asks, or we might have something like current, like or live tennis or something like that, but we keep it pretty light with like the sports vibes, which I really appreciate.
Yeah,
So that's
for
really
sure.
annoying. You have people who sit there all day, like camp out, loud. No, not the vibes. Not
Yeah,
the
no,
vibes.
I'm telling you. I live in a state, really. We have like a lot of different like sports here. And so sports are a thing.
hmm
Plus, we're like a melting pot for a lot of business people. So they like to come and make it a crazy thing. So even just like if you are just a regular person want to try to figure out dinner, you need to try to figure out dinner at a decent place that's not
hmm
cash on Sundays, Thursdays and Mondays because you won't get a good dining experience because of the loudness, because of the people. And most of
hmm
the times it no one's focused on service. They're focused on the
Yeah.
game. So it's just like
Yeah.
it's hectic, it's crazy. Um I don't know if it was a home game. Don't get me the lying, but the Cowboys played their first game this Sunday, and I didn't know.
Yeah.
I didn't know, but all the texts, the calls, I'm like, oh,
hmm
you live in Dallas, Texas. If you don't know the Cowboys playing, you pretty much should just shrivel up in a corner,
Mm.
because they're like somewhere it's advertisement. They have so many sponsorships with our like food places. Like they have sponsorships out of the hoo-ha. So it's like you'll
hmm
go to a spot and like it's like a sponsorship and then it's all this cowboy stuff and then it's like okay, we have a watch party. It's like so many things. And I say
hmm
all that to say, where did I go on Sunday? Not out to eat. I made sure I cooked early so I didn't
hmm
have to worry about it. Um because yeah, we're knee deep in football. And the reason I said is
Yeah.
because it's such a city that's such a fan. Like Dallas Cowboys is like what the number one team of fans, which we're not that great, but here we are.
Mhm.
It just makes the living experience very unique. I will say that.
Mhm.
Now, if you live in
Isn't it
Arlington,
like
Texas, hmm,
is it like America's team or something?
yes.
Is that why? Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like,
Mhm.
it's like it. I don't really get it. I mean, I live here, so I guess I'm still confused on it. But I don't watch the sport like that, so don't
Yeah.
quote me and please don't come for me. But
I
it's
don't know.
such a thing here. Like, and like they're
Mhm.
ready to argue you down. Like, like
Mhm.
so. Like, I have some cowboy hats. I have a cowboy shirt. Like, I live here. I've been to a game. Like, I've seen paraphernalia. I've never bought it myself.
Right.
But I do be a little nervous if I decide to wear my cowboy hat and I can't answer no questions. Because when I tell you the women's serious about it too, it's like it's very
Mhm.
much equal. Like I can't speak on it, but I might buzz the hat out because the hat was given the outfit
Yeah.
and it was part of the festivity. But like here, they be knowing, and you're gonna get a look if you don't
Yeah.
know. You don't know. I
I
remember I
think
went to a
that's okay to
restaurant
have the
and I
hat
didn't know.
and not know.
Yeah, I mean,
I
it's
think
just a
that's
thing.
okay.
Like it's a and to me it's okay, but when you have conversations, you're like, is this like you makes you not want to wear the hat if everyone's gonna have a question
Uh,
or something to say, like if you're
mhm.
out with the hat,
Mhm.
right?
I see. I see.
Um, but like for
I
instance,
get
like
it.
I'll be at a restaurant, like and there be cowboys there, cowboy players there, and I don't know, right? I don't even know what they
Mhm.
look like. And like, oh
Mhm.
my God, I'm like, I don't know. I just don't keep up with
Mhm.
it. And like until it like serves a purpose in my life, I don't find it necessary to keep up.
Same. Yeah.
I never will. It's just not really that interesting to me. However, I'll watch the game and I'll go. I am definitely there
Yeah.
for the festivities, but I'm not there to observe.
Right. Yes. Yeah.
Those two
I
different
don't know
things.
any, if you're not like LeBron James, like someone that's like super huge, that's like, plastered everywhere, I will have no idea. Like you can look like you're a professional NBA player, NFL player,
Hmm.
but I won't know your name or anything like that. So yeah, it's just not what we're into,
Yeah. So
and
shout
that's
outs to
okay.
everybody that is ready in their house, like their watch parties this weekend. Shout outs to
Hmm.
y'all. Football season is coming, and I can say that is a great time to practice your hospitable attitude. Lots of party
Hmm.
platters, lots of food. There's so much like tailgate is such a thing here. There's so many people that don't go to
Hmm.
the game and like they have like
Hmm.
every tailgate experience you can imagine just in
Hmm.
themselves. So if you are one of those people, I definitely recommend you piping your vibe up one good time this like if make a specialty cocktail from one of our cocktails that we've made before on the show or some of the great
Hmm.
tips that we provide because this is definitely the party season to have like a nice spread and really bring on a good party.
Yep, Halloween's coming up.
I can't
Everything.
even, it's just so
Halloween,
crazy, it's
Thanksgiving, like all it's
so
the season
crazy.
already. So yeah. But like this is the
Ugh.
time to get your all them things you saved on TikTok, Instagram, if you still use Pinterest to make one of the things.
I can't
And
even.
also try bringing something that's like a vegan or vegetarian option. Or, see
Hmm.
who's at try to accommodate someone who doesn't eat meat at the party. Make sure
I
you like pay
definitely
attention
agree.
to that. Yeah, because that's
I think
always the
that's really
struggle
good. That is a
for
struggle.
like
I think
because
that's really smart.
yeah.
I think that's really smart and considerate and hospitable, huh? Because when you are
Hmm.
thinking of others, that's a sign of hospitability either because you're thinking about their needs. Like
Yeah.
not everybody want the chicken wings, not everybody want the rotel dip. How about you just make the cheese dip without the meat? But
Yeah. Or make
like
like
do
cauliflower
something.
wings. That's easy.
Or what the things was they got them pre-made now. It's just like a battered cauliflower, but not really the wing, but like they're like in that little
Hmm.
steam thing. I remember I've seen them. They're like super
Um.
cheap. They're way
Hmm.
cheaper than the cauliflower wings. But it's
Right.
like, yo, you accommodated. Like, at least they can't say, oh, I couldn't eat nothing at the party, but the Doritos or something. Like, nah. That's a really good point. Really good flag
Yeah.
on that because no one really thinks about others, especially now. Like so many things have changed. Like even your friend from last
Hmm.
year might not be your friend from this year. So it's like
Right.
really like check in with your people, but have options
Mhm.
regardless. I think
Mhm.
the check-in is definitely lacking. I like that you mentioned that
Yeah.
because people could go through weddings, baby showers, events, and they just don't
Mhm.
have accommodations, and you find yourself like you feel left out. You
Yeah,
do.
for
Like you
sure.
don't feel good. That's not a
Yeah.
good feeling, actually. It's pretty
Yeah.
depressing if you
It's
think
happened to
about
me
it.
so many times where I'm just like everybody's eating and I'm like eating something like that I don't really want because there's
Yeah, no
nothing that's
ops.
just like cheese only or veggies or whatever. So yeah, keep that in mind.
Keep that in mind. Wow, I like that. That's a good. I'm trying to think about anybody that, like I'm thinking, I'm like, dang, when was the last time I went somewhere and they had something for me?
Hmm.
Like that's a real
Cause you
thing.
deserve.
Yeah. I can't say I went somewhere. Oh no, it was at my friend's house. She did like a little watch party, but she had like these impossible tacos that she had ordered from Torchy's for some people, and I thought that was just so awesome because number one, I go to Torchy's all the time, and I hadn't had that taco yet, or I had,
Mhm.
and maybe I didn't like. I can't recall, but this time it was good and it was nice to like have. I had one taco, but it was still good enough, and it was just nice to have
Mhm.
something, that I could eat, and that was just something thoughtful. So definitely. It's like have alcoholic drink, non-alcoholic, and food for different dietary restrictions.
Mhm.
Yeah.
If you gonna throw a
So
party, throw a party.
throw
Period.
it, throw it, throw it big.
Ain't nothing to it but to do it.
Nothing.
So my affirmation, oh my God, it's so cold in my house. I'm like freezing. Um, okay, this is my affirmation for this week. It says, I saw somewhere earlier, go be your favorite self. We are used to higher or best, but favorite leaves room for grace. I'm going to be the version of myself that I like right now in this moment. So go be your favorite version of yourself.
I love that. Be your favorite version. That's a vibe.
Yeah.
That's a vibe. I don't really have an affirmation for today, unfortunately. Um, I didn't get to affirm my day like I wanted to affirm it. So, um, my tip is one of my little prompts I have is be aware of what is worth your energy. And so I have these little
Yeah.
daily like mindfulness thoughts that you can just kind of write on the back for, which I haven't got there yet. But yeah. So sometimes in life, you get pulled in a lot of different directions, or your day may not
Mm-hmm.
go as you wanted it to go. But just find some fun parts about it, or find the good things about it, or just push through until it's time for you to go to sleep and just push through it. It's just like I don't know what to say. I would just say
Sorry.
just respectfully.
I'm sorry for
I
that
know.
reaction. Push
But
through
it's
until it's
true.
time to go to sleep. But
It's
what if they can't go to
true.
sleep, Aaron, because they can't stop thinking about it? I'm just kidding.
Well, I'm just saying, like, let it go. Okay, so great fun fact. I did a yoga class yesterday and I loved her little mantra she did. She was like, this month is about letting go. And like, we're
Mm-hmm.
always so busy, right? But
Mm-hmm.
when do you have a time to like release your mind of your to-do list? And I just thought it was so great.
Mm-hmm.
Because like what I had planned for my day became a long list of to do things, in which in hindsight for me, the positive was is I got to have a release yesterday. The positive
Yeah.
is what I got to like have that mental note of how to move forward, should anything arise. So yes,
Mm-hmm.
until you fall asleep, because at the end of the day, it's like you still have stuff to do, but if you
Mm-hmm.
know in your mind, like, okay, you had some type of inspiration from something else, and you can just push through until you go to sleep. Like, let it go until you lay it down. Like, I know that sounds a little crazy, but sometimes, like, we just keep thinking. And at one point, you have to just shut it down. Like, you have to say, you know what,
Mm-hmm.
there's nothing I can do about it today, right now, in this moment. And so I just need to shut it down. I'm a big person, like, let me just reset. Like, today's been
Mm-hmm.
like a little crazy. I mean, it has been, when I tell you, 85 things happened at once, and each scenario I
Mm-hmm.
went through was like, when I lay down, I actually don't want to think about any of it. So why are we thinking about it? You have to let go. I don't want to think about the day. Please
Mm-hmm.
erase it for me. start it over, start it fresh. I'm already thinking about tomorrow. Like, I'm ready to think about tomorrow and what's not gonna be my life, right? So I think that, like, I know sometimes we'll stay up and think, and I'm definitely guilty of it. I'm not saying that's never happened to me, but what I am
Mm-hmm.
saying is, I pick and choose my battles. And what I am saying is, if
Mm-hmm.
you trust and believe in yourself that, things are going to work out the way it needs to, you can let that shit go and go to sleep. And that's just on
Mm-hmm.
period. I can't give any nicer to that. Like, you just have to start all over. Start all over. Everyone's going to have a day that's off or a little crazy or whatever it may be. And that's totally cool. It's life. You don't have to pretend that it's perfect, because you also need to be in
Mm-hmm.
tune with your emotions. Because
Mm-hmm.
one thing I really learned is we're so good at, like, keep going and surviving, that we are numb to emotions and feelings. And later on, that has an effect with you in a lot of different ways that you don't see. So it's like, no, feel it, go through it,
Mm-hmm.
cry if you have to, scream. Just don't be violent. Do whatever you have to do
Mm-hmm.
and shake that shit off and be like, reset it again, because you have a chance. But what we don't have a chance to is to go back and work on those feelings that we are numb to, or to heal that part of our area, because we just keep going through life and we don't ever want to deal with anything. Like, we can't.
Mm-hmm.
Instead, it just, like, lingers on. And if you really want to, like, change in your life, you allow yourself to be human. Oh
Period.
my God. We had a rough day, and you just say, you know what? Either I'm going to have some coffee, I'm going to suck that shit up, or I'm going to be sad. Everything
Mm-hmm.
else sounds better than to be sad to me. I don't know
Yeah.
about you, but, like, everything else sounds better. I'm not like a pity person, and I do respect that there are people like that. Like, I do understand that sometimes you guys don't know how to, like, channel those emotions, but the
Yeah.
challenge is to channel those emotions. Like, you don't know how, right? So how
Mm-hmm.
can you find out how? Like, I think the first thing is finding a release, work out, meditate, read a book, like, take away from technology. Like,
Mm-hmm.
when I'm having an off day, my new thing is, like, I'm going to pick up a book. And if I'm going to read 1 to 2 pages, I'm going to not look at that phone. I'm not going to look at that email. I don't care who's calling. I really don't, like, because it's for me.
Mm-hmm.
If that's 1 page in the book. And the reason I do the book is because sometimes in your meditation, your thoughts can still easily go back to what you're thinking
Yeah.
about, because it's too quiet. It's just, your mind's too quiet. It's given quiet. That doesn't
Yeah.
work all the time. And, like, that,
Mm-hmm.
people say that, but that's just not realistic if you have a busy mind. What's busy is to
Mm-hmm.
keep the busy mind busy, but on something totally different. So if it's a
Yep.
juicy book, I definitely love anything like juicy, suspenseful. When I'm trying to trick my brain to move it somewhere else, it doesn't need to be too deep. It's got to be
Yeah.
everything my life is not.
Right.
Um,
That's
Fun
why
fact.
comedy is good. It's like
It's
medicine because
so
laughter,
good.
you're laughing instead of like the pain of it all. But you
It
still
is
can like
beautiful.
subconsciously like think of what's going on, and the laughter is
Hmm.
like, you know what?
Yeah.
It's not that bad. Like because
Right.
I can like, you don't know, and sometimes like there's a message in the comedy too that like, gives you real life, real world like life perspective as well. So yeah,
Yes.
that's like one of
Hidden
my favorite things
messages
is
are the shit.
laughing. For sure, watching something that's gonna make me laugh.
Yeah. Comedy is definitely therapy. Everyone should get it in their
Oh my
life.
god, I was watching like clips of of Shanae's best moments last
Oh, fun.
night.
I love that. I love that.
I
I
love
love a
Martin.
good,
Such a classic show.
and it's very much a classic. It's very much everything you
Mhm.
need. Martin's, like, on repeat for me all the time. So,
Mhm. Mhm.
love Martin. What is it? There's another, like, Chocolate Factory, I think, on YouTube. I think that's what
Mhm.
it's called. But it's like comedies, like different comics on there. They're always really good.
Uh.
But those classic shows, like Fresh Prince, I was watching the other day too. Like, if
Mhm.
you can get to those old schools, do those. If you
Yeah.
have the opportunity. And I think it's also fun to think about when times were lighter. I'm a big
Yeah.
believer in that. Like, the
It
show is
was
funny,
nostalgic.
but it
Like
was
Family
just so different.
Matters, like TGIF. That was the thing on ABC. Boy Meets World.
By
That
the
was like
way,
that was like when life was simple when you were like a kid.
girl, when
Like,
life was simple, as she say TGIF, I think about how I got a birthday dessert coupon in my email. That's when
oh, I
life was
meant
simple. I know
meant
what you meant.
TG.
No, I know, I
Oh,
know, I know, I know, I know, I know. But the fat girl in me took it there. No, I totally know
that's
what you meant.
funny.
But it
That's
thought of it
funny.
made me think of that.
Yeah,
And then
yeah,
you
yeah, yeah. It's funny.
You gotta correlate. You can get you some TGI while you watch
T
TGI. Okay, like that's just where it's at. When
TGI
life,
Friday.
when life was simple. When life was simple.
Yeah.
The Simple Life. Even though there was like a show called that, right, with the little
Mhm.
Paris girl, whatever.
Mhm.
The Simple Life. I feel like, can we normalize the simple life? Like, can we unnormalize the busy life? Because the busy life
Yeah.
is not a fulfilled life. It just actually isn't the same life.
No,
And I
I
think that's
agree.
the
I mean,
problem.
yeah, and I feel like it's like your choices too. Like you have to, I feel like you just have to restructure your life to make it a little more easy. So I think it's possible though, for sure, to like find a way to incorporate ease into your like lifestyle. I think that's possible
I
if you
think it
just make a
is.
conscious effort to do so. So yeah.
And I think the way, we can have simpler lives as well is to ease it off other people. So stop
Mhm.
being so demanding sometimes. Like if you know that you can do it
Mhm.
yourself, I think promoting independence would help everybody have a simpler
Mhm.
life in just the smallest way of like maybe like
Mhm.
you didn't ask for something that you know how to do, but you just wanted to push someone else's brain because you're too lazy to do it. I think like cutting that out can really help because that
There's
goes in
someone
work.
at work that's like that.
Yes.
That they don't want to like, and it's their job, but if something is just like will make them use like an ounce of their brain cells, they'll
Yep.
come and ask me what to do.
Yep. Oh yeah.
That
Isn't
is
it?
insane to me. And I'm like, well, just do that and that and that. They're like, oh, okay. I'm like, you can think of that? Like, I just,
Sometimes no, and then sometimes yes.
but I'm not really like, so I feel like I'm very like like I don't know. I feel like if I can think of it, you can think of it because I'm just not like, especially when it has to deal with like the host and like putting things together. Some people make things way more complicated than they are. Either we can do it or we can't. Like especially when it's like accommodating guests. Like someone's on the phone and it's like whatever number top table talk, we'll say 9, and we're fully booked pretty much. Like we don't have a place to put them, and does it won't make sense, whatever. And I get it, you want to accommodate the guests, but instead of trying to like push things together to make things work that just don't, just tell them we don't, unfortunately we just don't have the space, or we can accommodate you until 2 hours or whatever, and then they can make their decision. So it's just like you kind of have to just know what you're doing and know to be like, we can't do it or we can do it. And it's just making it harder for yourself because you're trying to force something that's just not there.
Yeah. But I, I think people like the complexity of things, unfortunately. Like I feel that 1,000%, but I've actually been encountering that a lot. Like one
That's
thing is
good.
very drawn out, and you're like, but for why? Like I don't
Yeah.
understand. This is taking so much more
Hmm.
time. And I'm encountering it a lot, actually, more than I feel like I've ever encountered it, like ever,
That's
ever,
weird.
ever. Actually, I know, which is crazy. I'm really trying to gather my thoughts right on it because I learned that actually it drives me crazy.
Hmm.
Like how my personality type is, like, hey, Virgos, like that actually might like set us off on the deep end, and we didn't mean no harm.
Mm. Mm.
So I don't know. I think some people also like to have that voice because they're just not heard, or they just want to talk
Mm.
because they just no one talks or
Or,
listens to them, or
or they want
there's
attention,
yeah,
attention seeking.
that's it. And so it's
Hmm.
really just to bring out a conversation for something a little deeper and rooted.
Yeah.
Um, I've been encountering like just like finding the little, like always finding something wrong, like someone always finding something wrong. And I find that that's been very intriguing because it's just like, man, like, whew, you know, I think it's also like my learning style, my teaching style, my leadership style. I
Hmm.
truly believe that you should create a blue book or a blueprint for what you want
Hmm.
to be successful sometimes. But also, I think
Yes. Oh
that
my
you should
God.
like get your hands dirty to show what true leadership is. I feel I'm really passionate about leadership, as y'all be knowing if you've listened to the show for a while. It's a real trigger for me actually. And I find that like I'm really recycling that trigger right now because
Mhm.
the leadership
Mhm.
is lacking, and me being like the person I am, I see where that is falling, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I would love to be able to help repair this, but sometimes you just can't repair something. It's just
Facts.
unrepairable when people
Uh-huh.
just don't like they don't it's like they're not looking for a solution base, they're looking for an issue base. I don't really know how to explain that. Like sometimes like when things
Mhm.
are brought to your attention, you want to fix it, or
Mhm.
sometimes that you bring it to your attention, they just kind of want it to be like, right. I really
Yeah.
still trying to figure that out, but
Yeah. I know what you mean.
it's very different. It's very different. I don't really know. I try to think of. I'm trying to be mindful of my words because words words matter. Um, but I just don't know. I'm gonna have to come back on a later date of like my findings of this because I need to get through this learning curve on this situation. But
Mhm.
if you're like a person that finds yourself always like finding something wrong with somebody, like I think that it's like definitely time for you to self-evaluate yourself, especially
Yeah.
when it comes to like work base and stuff like that. It's like if you have a job and someone's cutting your check, like you need to do what they told you to do. But it's also okay to reassess the situation and just move on accordingly the way you need to move on, not telling them how to change their business to accommodate you unless they ask for like that help, like
Mhm.
sometimes I find that I've been going through people that don't really have an authoritative voice, um, wanting things that is so much bigger than their scale. And it's just like, why do you feel like your one area deserves a change of the whole work frame of of a massive project, like massive. Like, why do you think that one voice? And I'm not saying that no one voices matter. I want to be very clear because I think your voice matters. But I think if
Mhm.
you want your voice to have like girth and you want to be heard and you want to have that value, then you have to create that in what you do for a living. So that means you can't work
Yeah.
for somebody if they can't create that voice for you or that opportunity for you. You can't do that. You have to find
Mhm.
and build your own so you can have that,
Mhm.
because I don't understand. I don't understand how it works, but it's been a thing. It's been a thing, and if you find yourself like in situations that are just frustrating, uncomfortable, annoying, tough, like find your moments. Like I'm really good at like trying to walk away, just trying to step away from the computer, trying to step away from the calls. Literally, like today,
Mhm.
I told someone, yeah, I'm not gonna be able to do that right now. I need to take some time for me. Like, and it was
Yeah.
huge because I'm not really good at that. So
Mhm.
that was like a really monumental thing for me. But I was like, you know what? If I don't do this, I'm liable to blow. So I
Mm.
must do this. I must do this because they would do it. I
Yeah.
mean, let's be real. Okay.
That's true.
They do it all the time actually. But when you care, you don't do stuff like that. But like I
Yeah.
think that's when I say normalizing, making life simpler, because the reason it I even had to say though, because they were making it so complicated. Life was so complicated. And I was like, I'm so complicated. I've had enough and I need a break. So when you make life simpler, maybe people need less breaks also because they're not like
Right.
overwhelmed and
Yeah.
sensorized because of what you're bringing to the table. And I think it's okay to say I need a break. I need a moment to process that.
Yeah.
Normalizing simple life, because simple life is not pushing yourself over the edge to accommodate anybody, even if it cuts a check. It's just not it. It's just not it.
Mhm.
Money, yes, we need it. And you will always do a good job because it comes from integrity and
Yep.
not from anything else. So,
Yeah.
yeah, it's crazy.
Period.
So, good times. I know, right? Tell me about it. It's the
I
tea.
when you were talking about that, I was kind of making me think of that that story of like being in different situations um and dealing with um just people that make things a lot harder than they need to be.
Yeah. Like, why? What is the purpose? Like, why do we do this to ourselves? I gotta know. I
I
got
think it's like
to
a
know.
imbalance or something.
Yeah, and you know what? I think the more I'm learning is like life is actually really full of imbalances in every way. Like the imbalance of your checkbook when you go to the grocery store, that's an imbalance,
Mm-hmm.
okay? But like I think there's a lot of imbalance. I think as a whole, in this country, we are just imbalanced and we all feel it in different ways. So
Mm-hmm.
no matter what you're doing as your job, I'm sure that like even an angry customer calling you makes you feel off balance, and poor leadership that thinks that it's okay for people to talk to you crazy, or you
Mm-hmm.
work at a restaurant that is just could be like insane, and just whatever that may be. Like there's always some type of imbalance, but you are the balance. You are the balance.
Yeah.
But how do
Yep. Yep.
you
Yep.
align yourself with that? Like if you're what's else the little thing at the gym. I keep forgetting like think of the name of it, but it's a ball on one side and it's flat on the other. And then every time you step on it or you're holding it,
Mm-hmm.
it's always wobbly, right? Like it's always wobbly.
Mm-hmm.
But when you apply the right amount of pressure, you gain stability. So you gotta apply the pressure in your life. And I mean sometimes
Yep.
that's just shutting them down. Like, no,
Mm-hmm.
Susie, I'm actually not available for this meeting. I'm
Yep.
actually busy. My plate is full. And I think it's
Mm-hmm.
like the like, people always ask you, what do you have on your plate? A lot. A lot.
That's funny. And with this weekend at work, something happened kind of like that where someone like heard someone talking about someone and they came to the person and told the person like, "Oh, this like don't bring that to them. Like no one wants to hear that. We're at work, like keep it moving." Do you so how do you think she's going to or anyone's going to respond now that you tell them something like that's pretty much could hurt their feelings and make them feel the way for the rest of the shift? Like keep it balanced. Like, don't bring that negative energy to someone. Keep it where it was. Like being just aware. But people are just idiots. Like, why would you say that to somebody?
They really don't give a beep.
Like,
I would love a thing like they don't care. I'm like truly Whitney. Like this is our moment. So all the listeners, if you're like Whitney and I, you can relate. But if you're the other people, this may be a shame to you. Maybe you might be astonished with what we're speaking on right now. But let me tell you right now, it's a thing, Whitney. Whitney and I are very much similar in the common sense era. That's why we get along. Because if she didn't have any, we wouldn't be cool, and vice versa, right? The common sense is there. But the people that we encounter, it's not giving common sense. It's not giving assertive. It's not giving resourceful. It's not giving initiative, morals, morale. Like where all these, it's like all the definitions at some point went out their head of like how to be a person with like
mm-hmm,
integrity. I think that's
mm-hmm,
truly missing, like in the workplace. Like, I don't even feel like there should be a rah rah when you ain't cutting the check, sis. Who cuts
right.
the check? Like, who cuts
I've
the check?
I've had to. It's sad, but I've had to talk to the staff before, like a few times about like we're humans. Like treat each other like humans. Definitely, definitely. Because I'm like y'all are what? Or like people just it's so funny to me. Like I just be watching them. I'm like, oh, I want to scream. So like there's people that are friends and like everyone's all clicked up, cool, whatever. But like there's this person and they're pretty much trying to like milk the clock, pretty much, right?
Hmm.
And their job was done. And they're like, oh well, I'm gonna stay and do this. And I was just like, no. But if you want to stay and help your friend, yeah, you're more than welcome to, but you have to clock out. And they didn't help their friend. They sat down and didn't do anything and didn't help their friend close. I was like, some friend you are.
Yeah, because you're at the end of the day, everybody want to get a benefit out of something. I forgot. This was actually, I don't know, remember what month, but we'll just bring it back to September. The word of the month, maybe for the rest of the year, is reciprocity. Okay. We need reciprocity. We need to receive something out of everything that's being given in the workplace. I think that
Mm-hmm.
like that must be cut. Like I'm very generous, but I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't got generous. Like generous is not a part of Erin's name, and so
Right.
I just don't. I don't want to. I actually just don't want to, and I don't. That's not a good thing, by the way. It's just because y'all just be taking advantage, and it's just people, right?
Yeah.
So reciprocity is that means if you giving up and doing X, Y, and Z, then you need to get something in return.
I agree, but no one
Period.
asked her to do that. She decided on her own that
Exactly.
she wanted to. But I'm like, that's not how it works, though. You
It's
just
just
can't
that's what
just,
she thought. She thought she was
yeah,
about to
but
get
it's
reciprocity.
for
But
what?
you
For
gotta
not,
be it has
but
to be equal.
she, it's really like, but the thing is with like, and I totally get that, but with that person in general, they weren't going to work. They're just going to be talking and kikiing and like,
Um
they weren't really going to be doing
mhm,
anything of value for the restaurant to where they needed to still be paid to be there.
mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So no, it wasn't giving
Mhm.
that. That person is not even that type of employee. Even if I did talking and not working. So,
Mm. Yeah. There's always a couple of those.
but yeah,
Y'all just
I
make it bad
definitely
for
have
all of
had
us.
people like essays who are really good and they stay well after their end time, but they're constantly working. So I don't even mind because they're working, they're doing stuff. But yeah, it's just people. People are different.
Hey,
People
wherever
are
you
people.
lie in the people world, we live in a people centric place. And no
Mm-hmm.
negative, no shade, no disrespect to people out there. But I think being conscious and aware of the individual you are and the individuals around you is mad important. And take the blindfold off your eyes and see yourself. Look at yourself in the mirror, and then look at the people around you. If you
Mm-hmm.
not giving A1, your friends probably ain't giving A1 either, and you're probably not in a good place, and that's okay. Fun
Yeah.
fact, as we speak on this, like I was talking to someone today and they were telling me how they were in a good place. And in my mind, like I'm pretty intuitive, no disrespect, y'all, but like I can tell, like I'm just really good at sensing energy. Like it wasn't giving good place energy, but I was like, okay,
Mm-hmm.
whatever. Like, what do I know? I ain't saying nothing. But then
Mm-hmm.
seconds later, it proved me right. I mean, it was literally, they were like, yeah, I'm feeling this way. Like I'm feeling away because of 9/11. By the way, we are recording on 9/11. So this person was feeling away
Mm-hmm.
about 9/11. I'm like, well, we need to stop. Like that's where we like desensitize ourselves. We're not okay, but
Mm-hmm.
we're having an emotion about a day that we are allowing to like affect our mood and what we wanted to do today. That
Mm-hmm.
is, and that's okay to say, you know what, I'm a little off today because this is 9/11. I have da 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 da. Like it's okay to like have that and have that emotion, because what you just did was you allowed your brain to realize that you desensitized having the emotion of not feeling well and tricking yourself to make you feel good, but really your vibration is very low and you're not good for the people around you. Like
Yeah.
when we desensitize, like we don't think we're doing any wrong, and that's why I be like, some people might be confused because they're so used to programming themselves to thinking
Mm-hmm.
something's okay, so their brain is numb, and so they don't even have a trigger to realize that they're just absolutely wrong or like affecting others.
Yeah.
Um, and it just really, it was just like such an eye opener because I could feel the energy of this person off. I'm like, I mean, I didn't really care, like whatever, but like for you to tell me, like for someone to try to prove themselves of like how they're doing okay, and then 5 seconds later it was why you felt away, those two didn't add up.
That was my first thought. It was like, why are they even saying that? What were y'all talking about for them to say that? So many questions because I have never in my life just said whatever they said. Like that's just such an odd way of saying, you
The
know?
the gag
And then
was I didn't ask for it.
that in itself is a cry for help by saying
It's a
that, to be honest.
SOS,
Like
SOS.
the gag is cry for
And
help,
to
child.
and to be honest, I couldn't give the SOS, y'all. I couldn't. I really couldn't. Like I am so sorry. Like if you're meeting me in this era is just not like who I used to be, but I don't have it.
Mm,
I don't even have nothing to refer you to better your situation. I don't got it right now. Like especially this week, I don't got it.
um,
Like
betterhelp.com.
yeah, like go search for something else. Like this week is actually just like my week and like whatever moods I want to be in and however I want to do with it. Like it's just for me and
Mm-hmm.
I'm to myself, so y'all be to yourselves and we won't have no problems. But I'm not doing anything for anybody, like at all.
Mm-hmm.
It's just not for you. It's just for me. I just have no choice. Like this is where we are.
Yeah.
So the cry for
Yeah.
help didn't work. So if anyone's crying for help, unless like it's like real SOS, I'm not available. Like if something really happened, I'm available. But like if it's something like petty or like weird or just you don't know how to be real, I'm not here for it because it was a great time. If it was approached to me differently, I might have had a different
Mm-hmm.
response.
Yeah.
But when you sugarcoat and you downplay your emotions and you really want help, I can't do that and I won't.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
won't. It's
That
not
makes
fair.
me think of Mario's song. Isn't he doesn't he have a song called Crying Out for Me? Mario?
I forgot that song. Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna listen to it because I don't even know the words. I'm trying to remember.
Oh my God.
Yeah, 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 yeah. That's a good one. When did you remember songs? I cannot be remembering, child.
It's the word
That's funny.
association. I don't know
That's
why.
funny, girl. I ain't even like sometimes I'd be looking for music and like I don't even know what crying out for me is. That's funny. I am crying out right now. This is epic. How does she even know this? This is so funny, y'all. I am I am dying. Okay. Sorry, guys. That was epic. Because sometimes like I don't. Wouldn't you just always have songs or something to relate? And I'm like, how did you think of that? That is just not on my radar. But that was a good one. I'm gonna listen to it after. You're really like you always have a song. If you guys have watched or listened to us for a while, you know Whitney always can play a song for me. Like she's made me go back on songs. Like this is like a reoccurring thing with her. Like she'll make me go find a song because I'd be like, dang, I can't remember that.
Oh
I
my
have the
God.
worst memory. Like I don't know what happened in my
Girl,
brain.
right now there's so many things in my head 'cause I'm trying to learn the words from this Drake album that I didn't listen to. So
Oh,
yeah.
heard that. I have been okay. So over the weekend, my playlist was Drake and Two Chains.
Mm,
Like it got me through the weekend, and then today, that's probably part of my problem. I really didn't get to listen to any music. I didn't get to
mm,
zen out like I needed to. Like the zen was not
mm-hmm.
like no part of my day allowed it for self zen
Self
Asian.
care.
No,
Oh, yeah, you need
zero
that.
self care, like zero. And I'm like,
Mm,
so mind you guys, I'm like, I'm in my feels, like, and I'm trying not to be in my feels, but I'm a Virgo, and this is my week of my birthday, and you're gonna tell me that you guys are gonna try to start this shit with me this week? It's like, oh no
mm-hmm.
no 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 no.
No,
So
no
now,
problem,
so
problem.
now
Ooh.
I'm just gonna make myself get what I need. So now it's gonna be like, you know what? I just have a lot, or you're gonna have to wait. Like it's gonna be a lot of you have to wait. I don't know. Like I'm gonna be everything that I actually don't
Yeah.
like from people. But in my case, it's in the defense because it's giving ridiculous. Like I'm a preparation kind of girl. So last week I've been prepping myself for this week.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you
Mm-hmm.
guys don't even know how much hard work I put into my week last week to prep for a smooth week. Like I actually did the work. That means I detailed the shit even out of my house. Like every refixed everything. So I can be like, oh, and then
But
what is
it's
it
a
trying to
blessing
give?
in disguise because you
It
already have it
is.
done.
No, it
So
is.
that's the ease.
The
So that's the ease.
preparation was ease, but then you have these moments, and that's why if you
Yeah.
can preparate, it's really
Mm-hmm.
good to like try, because like
Mm-hmm.
on a day like today, it's like, dang, if I would have had something to do, like I don't got it in me. I don't have it
Mm-hmm.
in me. I have enough of like mom duty in me, but
Mm-hmm.
that's all I got. Like I don't have any of
Yeah.
Erin duty. Like I don't have
Yeah.
any, and I don't want to muster up any. I don't want no.
Feel
Like even
you.
this morning, it's like no coffee. Like I didn't even want the coffee. I was just over it. that's
Mm-hmm.
a
Ooh,
that's
I
a
know.
pretty
I
big
know what
deal.
you.
It's a
Yeah,
pretty
yeah,
big
yeah.
deal.
I'm like that too. When it's like something that I have to have or it just brings me joy and I don't even want it.
That's when you
Yeah,
know.
that's
That's
like
when you know.
telltale sign. Ooh. We hit the
That's
wall.
when you know. That's when you know. And not
Yeah.
that it's a bad thing. I'm grateful for the lessons and all of the things, but I'm
Yeah.
just sometimes like, it's okay to not have a realistic day of greatness, and that's okay.
Yeah.
Like it's
Mhm.
okay. It's okay. And for me to be such a perfectionist in who I am, it's also like a sign of my growth, period, because I could have had 85 shots by now or just not been as nice, and that's not where I wanted to go. So the growth is there.
Yeah. That made me think about Glorilla. That's why wait, she says the sun doesn't always shine. That's why I love tomorrow. Boom. Shout out to
And that's why,
Glorilla.
and that's another
Big
reason why you
love.
should reset. Literally, like
Tomorrow,
you
like
go to
tomorrow is
bed,
lit.
like
Yeah.
go to
Tomorrow's lit.
sleep, rest it off.
Hmm. Okay, I'm gonna stop because I feel like that was a song. Remember that song? If
What?
you if you get high, then go to sleep. Go to sleep,
Nah, I
ho.
don't think I know
I
what
think
what this
I think
song.
this was like a Ludacris song or something. Hang on, I gotta find it.
I'm like, no, I don't know.
If you tired, be quiet and go to sleep. Damn. Am I
Leave
making
it
that
to
up? Because
Whitney.
I'm very
I
sleepy.
really don't know. I really don't know. Dying to know.
Yeah,
That's
I did not
funny.
make it up. Go to sleep. Go to
Okay,
sleep.
well,
No. If you tired, be quiet and go to sleep. Yeah.
I love it. Leave it to Whitney, honey. If it's one thing she gonna do, she gonna find that song and correlate it. Okay,
Shout out to Ludacris. That's
can you make a
funny.
playlist for us?
Yeah.
If you have time, like throw some songs or like share it and I can throw some songs in too. But you're better. Like I just feel like it's gonna be better with you.
I
I probably have
probably,
like a couple.
yeah, I feel like I
You
probably
probably got
have to.
85 of
Yeah.
them. So yeah, just share one over because I know you did. I thought about it. I
No, no,
had thought
no. I
about it,
sent
but
one. I
was
sent
it a
one over
playlist?
the
I thought it was one
weekend.
song. Is it a playlist?
No, I sent one actually over the weekend.
Let me
It was
see, girl.
Drake playlist. I did
I didn't know what that was. And honestly,
in
oh,
the
it's
thing.
chill. Okay, okay, okay.
Yeah, there's a
Is
lot of
this
good ones
yours
on
or is
there.
it shared?
No, it's an Apple playlist.
Okay, 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 okay.
Yeah.
I got you. I got you. I found it. Okay. Um, I was um oh, I was so focused on the little like itinerary for you guys that
Oh,
I
and
saw that
Erin.
before and I didn't like it. I just had too much things going on in my brain. So
Yeah.
I couldn't articulate. So I got it out. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Can we talk
Uh,
about the itinerary? Because y'all, she shit. I was like, what? I needed to get this in fucking August. I have to repack everything. I'm like, oh my god, this is
no, no, no,
crazy.
no, 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 you shouldn't. I feel like I made it very simple.
Extensive.
No, 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 no. Don't say that. Oh my gosh, is it that bad? Seriously?
No, no, it's great. It's great,
Oh
but it's
my
just
gosh.
funny.
I worked hard
It's
on
funny.
that.
No, I know. I can tell. I can
Yeah, I worked really hard on that.
Oh my God. No, it's great. No, no, no. I'm not saying it in a bad way.
Oh
That's
my
so
gosh,
funny.
that's funny. That's
But no,
really funny.
the itinerary is it's itinerary for sure.
Yeah,
But I
it's
feel like I was looking at the weather and I feel like at night it's gonna be like low key chill.
it is. It's gonna be
Cause
okay,
in
let's
Charleston
actually
right
walk it.
now it's chill, like right now. So
Oh my gosh, my eye girl. I
yeah.
didn't cry and so my eye was so it does get a little brisky. Ooh, it's disrespect. It's kind of getting disrespectful though. A little
Yeah, it's in
rain.
the city. It was like 66. Yeah, I saw the rain, babe. Saw the
Oh
rain.
my gosh, you guys. Sorry. Ooh, she made me cry. Okay, so that's why we have options. Oh, girl, I had to laugh. So you guys, so actually the only reason it even got this way is because of you. So I want to go ahead and bust her out because she was asking me She goes, I want to like look up these places. And I was like, oh, okay, shoot. Like in my mind, I'm like, all right, well, I have like a whole nother like thing to do. I got to go find these places out. Plus, I was kind of still going back and forth. And I wanted to give you guys like not really a lot of maybes, but like some concrete places that I thought were monumental to the experience. And so y'all know I'm extra, but I also
Yeah.
work on experiential events. So I couldn't help but it to be this way. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, but no, and I don't live there. I'm just
I know.
sending you stuff that
Yeah,
I
she's
just
sitting
have always
stuff.
wanted to try, and I know that they have locations there. So I'm like, ooh, shit, I don't know.
So I threw some of those places in there, and then I have like a fun fact. I have a whole nother list that's outside this, but I was like, I only wanted to give you guys the meat and potatoes because things could change, right? Like so
Right,
things could
right,
change. So I
right,
have my backups. So things change because I don't want to be one of those. That
Oh yeah,
drives
yeah,
me brat that I can't handle
yeah,
it. So
yeah.
I
I
gave
get
like
it.
the nicks and crannies, but it also was like and like okay, like if you guys are really trying to look now, you can go find this place on whatever
Mhm,
platform you like, and you can look and see what it's like. And the only reasons as well, because both my friends haven't really came here in a long time. Corral hasn't been here. You haven't been here. It's been a really long time. So I wanted it to be an elevated
mhm,
experience from the last times because I feel like I could remember where I took y'all, and a lot has changed.
mhm,
So none of these like all these
mhm,
places are new within that time frame. Like nothing's older than I think maybe one place is
mhm.
older, but like nothing's older. So it's everything's fresh. But how she trying to play me, y'all, is because I want to give you guys an example. So I
No,
said,
the to me the craziest part is Sunday.
oh no, 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 I know, I know, I
So
know, I know,
that
I know,
so
I know,
that
I
was
know,
no, no,
I
but so that's really funny. And then last night I was on TikTok and I had this TikTok. I don't know if I saved it or not, but she was saying how Sundays in Texas,
know.
period, are
Mm,
like a thing. Like it's a thing. It's like a monumental day of like
it
a
is.
whole. So I'm like, oh, it makes sense. Like it was like a full circle moment for me. So it made
Yeah.
total sense. But I just thought that was really funny. But no, nothing
Yeah, I
bad.
know, I
But
know, I know. So
nothing
Sunday, you
bad.
guys, I do see that, and I know that it's a lot, and that's actually not even like really everything. But I'm not. I was like, I'm not gonna overwhelm. I just wanted to give her like pretty much my top ones that definitely probably was gonna go down. But we definitely
Mhm.
have other ops. Like it's Sunday is like the best day, like the best day ever. Like it's just the best day. And low key, I had
But
already thought about like like we're gonna go out and hang out Saturday, but like honey, it's giving real nice, sexy nightcap. So if we decide we want to wake up and do yoga,
mm,
we're refreshed because Saturdays nights they're cool, but
mhm,
they're not everything, right? Because
mhm,
it's brunch and it's day drunk the whole day. Like you drink the whole day. The whole day.
mhm,
No
mhm.
foot on the gas all day long. And this is the problem now though, because I actually didn't take this in consideration until we just talked about football today. Football is there.
Football.
It is gonna be even more insane than you thought. And is the Cowboys playing? Honey,
Oh, we gotta
buckle
look.
up, sis. Buckle up, sis. That's why I
Oh
told you though.
fuck.
I told you like that's gonna be our longest day. So like period. Like it's gonna be the longest day. Like we probably there's no nap. Like on Saturday I have like
Damn.
a this is funny, you guys. In our itinerary, I put that we have like a little bit of we have a little break. It says reset before dinner. There's no reset. Like we all from on Sunday there's no reset. There's no reset because we're gonna end at a decent time, but it's a marathon. Like it's a marathon, honey. So you guys, just so you know, this itinerary is it's pretty intensive. But I started it off trying to prep them for the greatness. Um
No, you did. There's nothing
and
bad. It's just
I started off with like welcome, buckle up sisters kind of thing. So but I try to create each day's vibe as like one of Drake's albums. So our first Friday that we're doing, and I I gave it the vibe nothing was the same because the experience that we're gonna have on the first night will not be like anything they've had as of yet.
oh, because it's
Period. So nothing
I
was the
think
same.
that is monumental too, that the day we're coming in is the day of the concert. I feel like
It's
that is what's
another.
really like a mind fuck. Like I was at work on Friday, I was just like, a week from today, I'm going to be
Yes.
not in this motherfucking restaurant. Like I feel
Yes.
like I have senioritis. Like I can't wait to like not be there.
Yeah.
But no tea, no shade to work. But it's just like, like there's something coming. So I'm like just ready for it to be over. Like da 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 da. So I can go live
Period.
my best life. Like everything is like planned out
Period.
to a T. Like bink bink bink. Like I'm ready to
Bink
be in the
and
seat.
bink.
And
And
that's
then, like,
it.
how nice is it to know, like, you're going somewhere foreign? Yes, you're already going to enjoy the vibe, but you kind of have an idea of, like, the vibes you can get into. You can get excited about it. You can look at the menu. You can
Mm-hmm.
see what kind of props you want, like, honey.
Mm-hmm.
And when I tell you, when we boogie on down the night away, okay, on Saturday, I said, thank me later, because it was going to be like, yo, when you wake up, it was a vibe. We made it through, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was giving. It was giving. And
So if
then Sunday is more life because, honey, you're going to need an IV when I'm done.
oh, we gotta have our milk thistle, but it looks like
I do have some.
y'all. I don't know because I don't know about sports, but we'll find out. It says New York Jets at Dallas Cowboys. So does that mean
Oh,
that it's
that's
a home
home.
game?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because last one must have not been one.
Mm,
Mm-hmm.
mm.
Buckle up, sis.
Dang,
Buckle up.
B. Where the Cowboys at? Where the Cowboys at? Ooh, so the
Girl,
Cowboys
we're
gonna be at the Drake concert? They probably can't because they got a game. You think?
nah, they're not.
You think?
Mm-mm.
No, they can't be there.
Mm-mm.
Hmm.
No. Mm-mm. Well, I mean,
Hmm.
kinda. I mean, kinda. That could kind of work out, but I don't know. I don't know.
It
I
might be
can't
pushing it.
speak
They
on
might be
it.
at the Thursday show. They might be at the Thursday
I
show.
can't speak. Wait. New York Giants. That was yesterday.
No, New York Jets.
Oh,
Jets.
Jets. Damn,
Yeah.
I didn't even know the Cowboys won yesterday. I'm horrible.
Yeah. It was a huge
40-0.
win.
Ouch.
Hmm.
No shit. How would you know before me, y'all? This don't make no sense.
I'm tapped in, baby.
Okay, baby, baby. Yeah. Wow. Well. Yep. AT&T Stadium. Yep. That's gonna be it. So it's gonna be Liddy. Um.
Dang. This
Buckle
may
up.
change some things. I don't know. Okay.
Yeah, it
Whew.
is
Because I feel
actually.
like, yeah, the dress that I was going to wear on Sunday, if we're I don't know, I feel like I might need more coverage.
Oh yeah, I do recommend maybe then if you feel it like, or just give options and you can always like kind of go from there.
Yeah, or maybe I just need some tape. I think I
That
have
might
some.
help. That might help for sure. Well, we will definitely give you plenty of recaps of all the good stuff. Thank you guys so much for tuning in with us. And until next time, we gotta leave a little suspense because I got some plans for that too.
It's a suspense for me. Ah.
I know. And we even already make sure you follow us on hospitality_Queens on Instagram. Watch the stories. I would definitely say put your notification bells on. Check out the stories. We will definitely be more accessible, or no, what's the word? Visible for some content for you behind the scenes. So check that out. Follow me,
Yeah,
Get Tone with E on Instagram, and Get Tone Wellness for your wellness needs.
period. And you can follow me on Instagram, Whitney White one underscore. And until next time, we're gonna be together next time, next show. It's lit.
Yeah. So buckle up. See you on the flip
Yeah.
side.